Hello, Simonopolized here, back from another speed build, and this time I am renovating yet another build in Sunset Valley, and this time it is the house of the single mom's household, I believe. And to be quite honest, like I've never actually played with this, I don't know, like with this family before, like even when I was like a kid or something, and I don't know, like I never really knew their like I don't know, like their whole story or like their whole I don't know, like you would know who Agnes Crumplebottom is because she's like Cornelia's sister, and she's like the one who is like in the Goth family right now. Like she's the, like Mortimer's Goth mother. Like you would know this kind of lore and stuff, but like with this family, like I've never been invested in them before for some reason. And when I actually read their description, like it's actually like a pretty interesting one. So it's basically about like a woman living with her daughter, and I believe she's working as a journalist or something. And well, her friend who is kind of like wild in the sense that she's like basically like living her life, being a little bit like irresponsible and stuff, ends up getting pregnant, and then like the responsible woman who's living in this house, like this is her house with her daughter, offers her a place to stay with her, like with her, like offers a place for her friend to stay in, and her little toddler. So that's the whole story basically. And the house is like the outside shell stays the same, like only the inside is gonna change a lot. And it's only because I don't know, like it had this kind of like sneaky, I don't know how to explain it exactly, but I did this exactly like the exact same thing with Agnes Crumplebottom's house. Because in Agnes's house, for example, like the roof would make it seem as if there's like a whole new level or like a whole new floor in the house when there isn't. Like the roof was just like way too high and steep at the exact same time. So yeah, in this house, I did the same because the roof kind of made it seem as if there's like another level. So I ended up, I don't know, like literally putting in another level in the house itself. Yeah, and I also added some freeze levels in the middle and on top as well. And as I said, like the outside stays the same, like the shell stays the same. I only end up changing the windows with, I believe, the windows from university. I'm not sure like where the windows are from exactly. Like I don't know which window comes with this pack, but I believe, I don't know, like I believe the window that I use comes with either ambitions or the university pack, but it's the one that is also kind of modern, but like a little bit smaller than the one that I'm using right now, or like the one that was in the house itself. Yeah, and I believe also like in the description, like I don't remember exactly what they were saying about the house in the description, but there was something about like the ceilings. So in this house, I ended up adding some skylights in lots of rooms actually. Like I ended up having like a skylight in the living room, a part of the hallway to the master bedroom, in the master bathroom, and in the master bedroom itself. And then again, like on top of like the two-story or like two-floor or like two-level high, I don't know, like foyer or entrance. Yeah, and as you can see right now, I'm just like putting the skylight in, which I ended up, I think, um, like the house got skinnier because it was just like this part was way too wide, so it ended up being like a one tile smaller. Um, yeah, and that's it pretty much. Um, yeah, and I don't know what is actually happening exactly, but yeah, um, my no, my video editor is just like I don't know, messing up a little bit. But anyway, The name of the house is called Asilomar, something like that, or Asilomar. Like I don't know how to pronounce it perfectly, but I believe it's called Asilomar. It's I think it's a Spanish word, and the way I kind of know the word is like how what like the meaning of the word is I believe like it's supposed to be like an asylum or something by the beach or like by the ocean, something like that. But when I actually googled the meaning, it was saying something about like the health of an animal or something like that. So I'm not sure exactly what the exact meaning is, but the meaning that I have always known is like some kind of like an like asilomar is like a Spanish word. Like asilo is kind of like an asylum, and like mar is like a like by the sea or something like that. So I don't know like if my understanding of the word is correct or the understanding that I found on Google is correct. Um, Maybe both are correct. Like I don't really know. But it makes sense to be like I don't know like a lot of like compounds like that are kind of like that have some vacation homes on the beach and stuff. They call like themselves this name. So it makes more sense to like to go by the definition that I'm saying, not the one that I found on Google. Like I don't know. And even with this house, like it makes more sense that I don't know. Like it makes more sense that um, like the house is by the beach, so it makes more like again makes more sense that it's like the definition that I'm like saying, not the like I don't believe this has anything to do with the health of an animal, like a health condition that some animal has. But yeah, anyway, um, we are 7 minutes in right now, and again, the video editor that I'm using kind of messed up again for some reason. Um, but yeah, I believe right now we are working on like the inside just a little bit. Um, yeah, so this is pretty much how the house is laid out. And yeah, as you can see, like you have the living room in the exact same space how it was. The dining room, like there wasn't actually like a dining room. There was just like a dining area, but it stayed the same, like in the same area. The kitchen kind of went to the back, and there is now like a garage, which it ended up having like some kind of a carport next to it too. And for some weird reason, like I tried everything to like let I don't know like make the stairs like kind of actually get in, but it wasn't working for some weird reason. I even tried with constraint for elevation. I tried with smoothing out the terrain. I tried deleting everything around it, but for some weird reason, it wasn't actually placing on the side. It was only placing on the back. I even tried to like restarted the game. Like when I restarted and tried to come back, like it would only place it would only place it on the outside tile, but anything other than this outside one tile space on the side, like it wouldn't let the stairs kind of I don't know stay. But anyway, this is pretty much the back. But yeah, as I said, like the only thing that's gonna change is like the carport, and I believe there's gonna be like a side terrace as well coming off of the carport. Yeah, but other than that, this is like the layout of the house. And what am I doing right now? Oh, just bringing them back because like they didn't have any kind of cars, and as I remember, there was always like a van outside their house, and ended up like they ended up having like two cars, like the one like the friend person who moved in with her toddler or like was just like staying with her toddler, maybe until she gets her bearings in order, but she never does or some things. Like she had a car and the mom had a car, but for some weird reason it wasn't there. So like I figured maybe because they're in like another place or something, so they took the car with them. And both cars were missing, although they were both at the exact same place. Like I don't know, or no, they weren't in the exact same space. I thought that was the mother, but it turned out like that was like the teenage daughter with the toddler like taking care of the toddler of her mother's friend. It sounds complicated, but it's not. Like it's not complicated at all. Yeah. So, like just like to as a summary again, just like very quickly, there's a mom living in this house with her daughter. Her friend gets pregnant and doesn't have a place to stay with her toddler, so she offers her a place to stay. And yeah, the house ended up like being pretty nice in my opinion, or like pretty fitting to the family that's living here, because their house is a little bit contemporary. So this is actually more contemporary. It doesn't have like those weird colors. Like it doesn't look like a Lego house from the outside. It actually looks like a contemporary family house. And what I actually did, like I kept like usually like with the layouts of the houses and stuff, when I try to refigure the floor plan, I end up like having like an extra bedroom or something, because with EA builds normally they have a lot of wasted space. But in this house, for some reason, God, what was I talking about again? I keep forgetting like things like mid sentence, like literally. So yeah, in this house it had like three bedrooms and it stayed at like that. And I don't know, it's only because like in my mind, this mother who lives with her daughter, like she has a bedroom, her daughter has a bedroom. Excuse me. Like she has a bedroom, her daughter has her bedroom, and in my mind, like maybe she also has like a guest bedroom which she actually offers like her friend to stay in, and maybe her friend kind of like overstayed her welcome. So like because in the description it's like, will they get along or will there be like some kind of a problem or something? So I don't know, like I believe like maybe like the storyline that's supposed to go, or like you can do your own storyline, but the storyline that came to my mind while actually reading the description is maybe the mother is a little bit like she's like perfectionist, and maybe like she, I don't know, wants to have like the best environment for her own daughter. And then she starts getting like a little bit afraid that her friend might have a little bit of an influence on her daughter. Especially when I was like playtesting the house, like most of the time, like the daughter would be with her mother's friend, and she would be actually like taking care of everything of her. Like for example, when I saw like the car is missing, and the daughter was with like her mom's friend, like she was only there because she was taking care of her own toddler. So maybe like it's either like the mom being afraid that like her friend would be like a bad influence on her own daughter, or like she wants to create this perfect environment for her daughter, and like this perfect environment cannot happen with like when her friend is basically like making her own daughter like, I don't know, like do everything for her and take care for everything for her, like with her staying like careless and stuff. So maybe at one point, like maybe she just invited her to like in her own house until she gets like her situation gets better, but she's actually not doing anything, or like she's not I don't know, like she's not actually like she's staying like as careless as she was before, for example, and she's not actually like, I don't know, pursuing like some kind of like pursuing something that would make her life a little bit better or something, or not pursuing to find her own place or something, because maybe she just likes like her laundry being done for her like for free basically, without like doing it herself, or I don't know, like not paying rent or something like that. Like she's kind of taking advantage of something, or for her like of her like good friend here that kind of like offered her a place to stay in. So in my mind, like maybe she is overstaying her welcome just a little bit, and this is where the problem is gonna come, because like I don't know, like the mom, like who actually owns this house, maybe she would start thinking, okay, like you're a little bit of a bad influence on my daughter. Maybe my daughter needs more time to actually focus on her own, like focus on herself, on like her hobbies, her school, like her studies and everything. And maybe she's afraid that like with her having to be around all the time to take care of her friend and her friend's daughter, toddler or something. That it's kind of taking time of that, and it's kind of what's it called, like kind of like unfair for her own daughter. And again, she seems like an overprotective person of her daughter, which is like, I don't know, like perfectly understandable. So maybe that's the problem that they are gonna be facing. Yeah, here, as you can see, I had the exact same problem with the stairs. Like only, like it would only be put like, or I don't know, set on one tile on the end, but like when you do it on the front, not the side, it works perfectly for some reason. Yeah, that is. Oh, and yeah, those are the windows that I ended up putting in the end. Yeah, and I believe I like what I did in this house. I did not record, or like I cut out like some parts where I was doing the bathroom again, because I don't think this is like important for the process. And I don't know, like you're gonna see them in the screenshots anyway. And by the way, when I was like playtesting the house, like literally like The Sims 3, like I love The Sims 2 because of like the animations and gameplay and like the way like the Sims actually have like a personality, and you don't get that, like I don't know, like in The Sims 4 I feel like all the Sims are kind of the same, like there's nothing like that distinguish like one Sim from another. But in like when I was playtesting this house, like it like everything was happening perfectly, like according to like the personality of the Sims themselves. Like the kind of like the irresponsible kind of Sim, she has like the heartbreaker aspiration, which is basically like I don't know, like breaking, like getting a relationship and breaking up with I don't know how many Sims or something. And when I was like playtesting, like I always have like full autonomy on. So when I was playtesting like the house, they went to the park, which I'm gonna put some screenshots like from what was happening in the park, because it was actually like awesome. Like Morgana and what is he called again? Like Morgana Wolf, and I believe his name is kind of like starts with a T or something like that. I keep forgetting his name and I don't know why. Like literally, I don't know why. But Morgana and her husband were basically like in the park having a picnic, as also like next to them, Nick also and his daughter, Holly also, or Holly I believe is his name, or like I don't know, like her name. It's I don't know, like my mind is just like I did not get enough like sleep and rest today for some reason. But anyway, like they were like the four of them were having a picnic but separately, and this like the friend, like I believe she's called Molly French. So Miss French here, or like Molly French here, goes to the park again with the daughter of her friend to kind of like take care of her toddler. And she goes up to Nick while he is like kind of like sitting there with his daughter and starts like flirting with him. Like, and this is like all by herself. Like they go to the park by themselves. They like she flirts with Nick also by herself. And yeah, like literally what like without any kind of disregard that he's actually having some family time with his own daughter here. But it's like, okay, she saw like an opportunity of Nick not being there with his wife or something, so she like her first instinct is just like, maybe I should like try to get with him or something, like something like that, because it makes sense with her kind of aspiration and traits and stuff that she has. Yeah, and the mom, like I don't think this is actually something that is kind of coded in the game, but she was like was standing by the front door for a very long time, looking in the direction of the park that they were at, and it seemed as if she was like kind of waiting for her daughter or something, or like she seemed a little bit worried. Because the thing is, like Molly French like got back home because the park is actually very close to their home. So Molly French kind of walked back home, and because like while she was flirting with Nick also, like the teenage daughter here started talking and making friends with Holly also. like Nick's daughter, and because they are both teenagers. So she, like, her daughter ended up staying in the park even after Molly came back. And when Molly came back, like, the other mother, who was called um, Fiona, I believe, or something like that. She's got like, she's supposed to be Irish, like, or like the stereotypically Irish kind of, I don't know, perspective or like perception, like from the American side. um, yeah, so like I believe her name is Fiona. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna call her Fiona for the sake of this video. So Fiona was actually standing by the front door, looking towards the park where her daughter is, and waiting for her like at night. And she seems a little bit worried. I don't believe this is actually coded in the game, but it's just like another, like a whole other thing of like storytelling. And you can't even do that in Sims 4 because Sims 4 is like kind of like a closed word concept. And I actually like I kind of had the idea because I actually built a house in The Sims 2, which I'm gonna release the speed build of, and I had the idea of like building the same house in The Sims 2, 3, and 4. So I built the house in The Sims 2, I built a house in The Sims 3, and then like tried to build a house in The Sims 4, and oh my god, The Sims 4 was so laggy. And the thing is, like, they keep saying, like, I don't know, like, who I'm referring to as they. I'm sorry if I cut off here. Someone called me actually, and it kind of like interrupted the whole thing. But yeah, I don't even remember what I was talking about again. And I believe I was talking about like the personality and stuff. And I'm trying to retrace what I was talking about. And I believe, oh yeah, I was also talking about like the building like in The Sims 4 and stuff, and how it was so laggy in comparison to the Sims 3 and The Sims 2. And even with gameplay, like it was so laggy. Like when I was trying to playtest the house in 2, like I don't know, like I didn't even playtest the house in The Sims 4 when it was finished. Like I was just like so like frustrated with how glitchy, and I don't know, with how glitchy it is. And I took the mods out and I tried everything, and it was just like so glitchy. And I think is when you kind of like, I don't know, like whenever you see things like on social media and stuff, and someone is saying like maybe they want The Sims 5 to be like an open neighborhood concept and not like an open world concept like The Sims 3, because The Sims 3 is so laggy and The Sims 4 is so much better because, I don't know, like it doesn't have like an open world concept, it has like a closed world concept, which makes it um, I don't know, like makes it more of a not glitchy game or something. But here's the thing, like I built the house on The Sims 2, it was fine. I built a house on The Sims 3, it was fine. I played in The Sims 2 and it was fine, and I played in The Sims 3 and it was fine. But whenever I come to The Sims 4, like it's so glitchy. Like I don't know exactly, like I don't know, like I don't know how to explain this exactly, but like again, um yeah, anyway. So this desk I ended up changing like with the other desk because it wasn't actually functional. Like I kind of play tested the house a little bit in the middle right here, and turned out that like no one was able to sit on the desk because the chair was kind of intersecting with the front door and the archway from the entrance. So I ended up kind of like squishing the archway a little bit and switching the desk with a desk that always like that has like the slot of the chair only on the side and not in the middle. So this way, actually, like you can use the desk of the kitchen. Um, yeah, and right now we're just working on the mom's bedroom, and I don't know exactly like I don't know like why there were so many funky colors and stuff, but like there are some things that I don't get in this house, which is like I most of the time I usually try to go off of like the favorite colors of the Sims, like try to furnish their houses or like renovate their houses with the colors. And most of the time there are some hints and accents of their favorite colors in their own home, which makes sense. But in this family, for example, like the mom's, like the one who owns this house, her favorite color is Irish green, and so is also her daughter's favorite color. But her daughter's room is yellow, and her mom's room is blue. And then you have Mrs. Molly French here, who her favorite color is yellow, but her room isn't yellow. Like the like I don't know, the daughter of of like the woman who owns this house. This is the one who has like the yellow bedroom, although her favorite color is Irish green, as her mother also. And then Molly French is in like in a yellow room. Not in a yellow room. Sorry, she's like in a brown room, but her favorite color is yellow. And her toddler's favorite color is red, but her crib is blue. So I don't know, like it didn't make much sense. And like normally, like you shouldn't like fixate on those kind of stuff because like, but I wouldn't fixate, for example, on those kind of stuffs when I'm like, for example, when I'm working on like Crumplebottom's house, like Agnes Crumplebottom's house, because Agnes Crumplebottom's house is a little bit grayscale, so it doesn't matter what her favorite color is. It's just like about like her house being modern and stuff. Like this is the style that she was kind of going for. But with this house, it was actually colorful, like way too colorful. Like it had too many primary colors. So in my mind, like if you're gonna put those many like vibrant colors with each other, at least make them like their favorite colors. Like at least make them like a reason for them to have those vibrant colors everywhere. So in this renovation, like what I ended up doing is like the daughter's bedroom has like a yellow kind of color right now in her room, as it was before. Like it only has like the yellow, yeah, like only the yellow wall color, but there is a lot of like green accent in her room. Her mom's room stayed blue as it is, but I mean, for the daughter, I thought like I don't know, like maybe make it more a little bit more personalized and stuff. So I put a lot of like green stuff in it, and with the mom's room, like her mom's room stayed the same, like with the bluish kind of color. I only changed the like the wallpaper, but there are some accents here and there that kind of show that her favorite color is also green. Like for example, like the bag with like the water bottle and stuff, and the shoes next to it is green, because maybe that's the stuff she wears, or like maybe that's her purse that she left there when she came back or something. Yeah, and this house is sorry, in this room, like it also has like a green like bed sheet and stuff. And Molly's room, like I made it seem like it's actually like a guest bedroom. Like it wasn't actually too personalized to her, because this is like not her like room. Like this is maybe like the guest bedroom that she's just like staying in. Um yeah, but like I just made it seem as if like maybe she bought her own like a crib, or like she bought her own like bed sheets, like those kind of personal stuffs were like the crib was red because her kids like toddler's favorite color is red, and her bed sheets and like bed covers were kind of like in a yellowish tone. So I made it seem like she kind of personalized her room, but the room wasn't actually personalized for her because the room is like a guest bedroom. Like it's not actually her room. Um, yeah, like I think I'm like way too overthinking those kind of stuff, but like this is what kind of like I don't know makes me like the Sims like too much. Like when some stuff like just makes sense, or like I don't know, like just too personalized. Um, I don't know, like it gives some kind of like life and like some kind of like a nice feeling or something when you're like kind of playing the game, and it adds a little bit of like of lore and meaning and stuff. Like I don't know, like it's just like my own thing that I like to do. Um, yeah, and I believe at this point I was actually like pretty tired of the build itself. Um, yeah, so I just like was trying to furnish stuff like a little bit like willy nilly, not actually like paying attention on what is like. I don't know, like when I was taking a screenshot, like above the dresser there was nothing, like no wall decoration on it, like no posters, no mirrors, no anything, and I thought it was a little bit bare, but I mean, I don't think it's a big problem. Um, yeah, and the walls are actually a little bit green right now. I thought I left it yellow. I don't know. Like you're gonna see like the enters also in the screenshot anyway. I thought I left it yellow. Like I don't know why they are a little bit green, but it's like greenish yellow right now. So I mean it's not that bad. Um, oh yeah, I changed it into green, and I made the yellow like the same yellow color in like Molly's room, but then I changed like Molly's room, like Molly's like wall color to another neutral color, again to make it seem like it's a guest bedroom and she's just like staying here, and maybe she's like a little bit like overstaying her welcome. And the mom who actually owns the house doesn't, like, I don't know, she's trying to be nice and doesn't know exactly how to tell her that she should start like looking for her own place or something, or like that she overstayed her welcome. Yeah, so that's the whole thing basically. And right now working on the very last room, which I pretty much told you about basically. But yeah, I kind of swapped like this kind of cheap kind of, I don't know, metal bed with like the other bed, because the other bed looked a little bit like some kind, like a bed that you would get from IKEA or something, which would make perfect sense if it's like a guest bedroom, because you don't usually like splurge like a lot on the guest bedroom because it's like the least used room in the house. Yeah, most of the time, even like with guest bedrooms, they are actually like, I don't know, like they have couches that turn into beds. Like they aren't actually like beds. But anyway, we are actually getting very close to the end. Only have like half a minute left. So I'm gonna wish you all to stay happy, healthy, and safe. And if you came this far, I would actually like greatly appreciate if you consider subscribing as well. And I hope you enjoy the screenshots, and the download link, as with all the videos as well, will be in the description box down below. And yeah, I'm just gonna hope to see you next time. And as I said, stay happy, healthy, and safe. And yeah, so bye.